Hey friends, Kevin here, your Sacramento, Stockton area realtor and lender, here with this week's weekly real estate report. Can you believe it's already November? All right, we're not going to talk about how many shopping days until Christmas because that'll just stress everybody out. So pretend I didn't say that. In fact, I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it. All right, let's take a look at the chart and see what's happening this week because always something interesting happening. All right, so what is interesting here is, again, we continue to see the median list price, that is the price that people are asking for their home, dropping. But what is not happening is the median sales price is not dropping at all. In fact, if we were to kind of take a look at these points right here, I mean, never mind the two outliers here. Well, this one is this week that went up, but like I always say, that's going to correct when all the data comes in. But to plot these right here, it's really stagnant, or if you really look carefully, kind of going up a little tiny bit, which, you know, on the surface would be like, why is this happening? Well, I think I said it last week. We have a pretty big split between what happened here and what happened here. And I see that split coming closer and closer together, which is more indicative of where we usually are. If we look back in here, this is kind of a normal split between these two things, you know, around 60 some thousand, where we're over 100,000 split here. But here is the interesting thing. You can say, well, okay, I see that. But what is interesting though, is that the split, as it's becoming more and more normal. See, what is our split this week? Split week this week is only 52,000, where the average is about 60,000. So we're actually closer between these two numbers than we normally would be. So I just find it really interesting that the median sales price is yet to drop, even with interest rates going up as much as they are. Now, one could say, well, okay, maybe people are buying a different kind of home than normal, but it's not. I track that, and I've never mentioned it before, but I always track average square footage. And the average square footage of homes sold since I started this thing years and years ago has always been around 1,800 square feet. It's never really wavered by much at all. And we are right there at about 1,800 average square foot sold. In fact, this week was 1,900. So let's say it's 1,850, I think would be more of the average. So we're always within like 50 square feet. And there we are. So it's funny, you know, that we would see that line just not starting this drop off. But of course, you can see right here that the available homes on the market is climbing. And typically it climbs right about until the second week of October. We're going to see that start dropping off. And of course, we have our seasonal pending sales, which I really wish it wasn't as low as it is, but it is low, and it is going to continue to go down probably right until January 1st, where it normally will then pick up and start to go the other way. So yeah, pending sales, they're going to fall until January. Our active is going to fall it's going to go up right about until 2 weeks into October. We're going to see it fall, and it's going to start falling all the way into about March before it starts to pick up. So that's what we have to look forward to. All right, let's talk about rates. So positive news on rates. The Fed came out this week and said, hey, no more rate hikes in November. We're going to hold things where they are. We'll talk about December when we get to December. And as you know, the Fed does not control directly mortgage rates, but it does have a roundabout effect. We've talked about that quite a bit here. But what did rates do this week? Last week, they were 7.79. This week, it's 7.76, so call it a wash. Rates stayed the same this week. So that, I think, is good news. I would like to see it turn around and go the other way. I think everybody would. So that's what's happening this week. Hope you had a great Halloween. So next up is Thanksgiving. Sorry, didn't mean to stress you out. I'll edit that out too. Anyway, have a great weekend. I'll see you here next week. Take care. Bye.